So, again, start again.
Yo, where you guys?
Pirate messed up.
Welcome everyone to another segment of UpsCorner. It's your host / co-host BlueTheDrewOne, here to give you the true one. Here to introduce.
It's your boy Up, aka UNO, aka the Hood Physicist. Yeah.
And our new guest / co-host.
Young
Special guest
Jetson,
to be.
aka Swagger J. You know what it is.
So what do we talk about? We talk about UNAM is wilding with this online stuff. What do you guys think? Do you guys think like online learning is viable in the country?
Aye.
Not here. Okay, but you know why I say it's not, man. You Mazali drew me a very interesting story about how ministry is dealing with primary school. These guys are legit making booklets that are gonna ship out to every student, no matter where you are, and there'll be classes on like NBC radio, like NBC itself. Boss, I'm just like, yo, that's next level, bro. That is what you call proper e-learning. Like,
Yeah.
Are you gonna teach someone through the radio, son?
now, like, say now they have the
Definitely.
booklet, then as they're doing the classes, man, they're gonna follow up, like,
Yeah.
and in all
That
10
is cool.
stations, different languages, like,
That is cool.
bruh,
Solution based. At least they're coming up with solutions, bro.
hard. It's heavy solution based. Now you get now,
Yeah.
or like, you may not have a device, but the semester is going to end. You may not have internet, but the semester is going to end. And you need assessment.
Yeah.
I feel like some people are gonna catch those L's, I guess. It's just now
A lot
UNAM
of
needs to
people
find
are,
a way
bro.
to compensate those niggas.
A lot of L's.
Yeah. Facts.
Bruh.
Because,
And it's even weird.
imagine there's some.
Huh?
But then the standard would have to be dropped also a bit.
A little bit, yeah.
We wouldn't able to do as well, or you know, but the standard's already so bad, so I don't know how lower can the bar drop, you know?
Bruh, it's weird, bruh. Like, you know, want to be like, you know, that they want to show up, man, but they can't, bruh.
Gents, man, I think these guys are living in a fantasy, bro. Like,
Yeah, bro,
niggas
it's not
think this is
exactly,
the
man.
first world. Like, it's not. Look, you're basically disadvantaging that 30% or 40% or whatever that doesn't have like proper access to stuff. Bro, you know they teach computer literacy for like first year students. Like some niggas don't know how to use computers off top. So,
Bruh, we didn't get to finish
Bro.
the first semester. Imagine the way someone is just in computer literacy now. Like,
can benge.
now what
Yeah.
was to do? Like, and it's weird, man.
Bruh,
Like,
but I don't understand, like going forward, you know, how they're gonna phase open the shanties. Cause like, bro, look, let's keep it a step. We can't keep like locked down forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look, this is what I rate. I think they'll extend it by 2 more weeks. But I feel like they're gonna start easing up. Like
Yeah.
after the 5th.
It's panic control, bro. You need to put, even if the measures aren't sufficient and whatnot, the worst thing you can have is citizens who are panicking. So you at least need to show that,
Right.
you're busy doing something, which they are. However, the sustainability of everything, really, especially in Africa, it's a tough one, bro. It's kind of something that's a little bit out of our hands, you know.
And that's even a lead up to my next question for you guys. Like, don't you think people feel some type of way? Like the government is doing so many things now. Now, when this corona things
Yeah,
are done, they just stop. Like, don't you think that will make the public feel some type of way? And
that type of way.
like,
Aye,
say now
bruh,
people
what?
are getting
The
people are
government
getting
gave niggas 750, bruh.
nah, that's fine, man. But I mean, like
You
food
just copy said,
provisions,
bro.
and because they're always
Huh?
like, now we can't provide these shanties. There's no
And you
funding.
don't say it.
There's no what. Now, like, don't you think people will start now want to become reliant,
Yeah.
or will they now become motivated, or like I just want to hear what you guys will think this these things will do to
Bruh,
people.
you can't become. Here's the thing: you can't become reliant strictly on the government. You gotta do some shit for yourself. And you can't, like, if you had a family, a wife and kids, and your dough was coming slow, you can't look at your wife and kids that are hungry and say, yeah, the government what?
Mm-mm.
Bruh, you could buy a box of
But
diamonds and try to move 10 shilling
let me
down.
go holler at my mom. 1 second.
No, all good, man.
Or,
Yeah, nah,
like,
it's
you can't be
those are
over
facts.
reliant on the government.
Those are facts, bro.
Like, but the government already put down ZAC for niggas, bro. There's like social security grants, bro. Like, niggas just don't know of the things also, bro.
That's also a big problem, bro. Like, how many
That's a
people
still thing.
actually know,
And people
or
don't know.
like just grants and things available for them? Like the one shocking one I found out before this
This
lockdown
even,
was, there's a grant for single mothers where they're given Zach to
yeah,
take care of their kids, bro.
bro, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I didn't personally
easily,
know
bro.
that. Like, and single mothers in my class
It's a
didn't
lot
know
that
that.
niggas.
Yeah, this is a mini
You have
tour.
single mothers in your class.
Yeah, bro.
Like old age, young age.
I'm guessing both. Like, ranging from like 19 and above. Yeah, this is a mini tour of my Niggarachi's roof. As you can see, it's nicely white and coated. But like, yeah, no, it's just, there are a few single mothers in my class, and they didn't even know of this grant, man. Like, imagine what else
That one
the
for single
public
mothers.
doesn't know about. That son is
Bro, I
back.
think after this pandemic, we have to start investing like seriously as Africa. We have to start investing in, infrastructure for internet and all that stuff, bro. Because the stage where we are now, we have to really open our eyes.
Yeah, no, we're just
You know.
creating else for ourselves in the future, though.
And
Bro, look,
talking about
especially
computer, all these computer guys, not bro, they're computer scientists. We should start building computers, bro. Build the computer, set it up at schools, all that stuff, just so we can catch up. Because niggas, as you said, don't know how to use computers like that throughout the country. So that would be a good first step, bro. And just creating an industry and a market. Because now you need some sort of industrialization to make the chips and to make everything else, the parts for the computer. And that is,
Yeah,
accelerating the thing, bro. That's a good way
bro,
to make use of our resources that we already have, bruh.
bro.
Ah,
Now imagine us, we're just throwing
yeah,
away old laptops, old what.
bruh.
We can use those shandies, bro.
That should be a heavy funded project, bro. A few billion. Especially that some other
Yeah, but
African
it's
country.
messed up.
Yeah, talk the same thing, I guess. Because, bro,
Mm.
if every in Africa was to come together and say, no, we're putting down 100 million for this project. We get the best software engineers, the best hardware, to put the models up and everything, and we build computers and put them in schools, and then we apply that thing everywhere, bro. It's gonna work, bruh. It's gonna work.
Heard. But and how many
See,
people have been
that's a
studying, like, say, computer science, just to go end up in
Yeah, a
another
lot.
country? Just,
Exactly. And then they just go exactly.
yeah, but gents, don't you think, man? There should also be a window of a gap between the private sector, because like me and Nonzek had this convo about like people like us, bro, like who come from somewhat privileged backgrounds, we have access to internet and these niggas eat 3 meals a day and by choice or whatever. Like the onus is kind of on us to, take this shit forward, because we're in position, we know how rich people stay rich and we know why poor people stay poor. We have like the power of perspective. So I think that shit is down to us, bro, because it seems like people who are currently at the top of the scheme aren't finna do that shit. So
Yeah, no, that's actually
yeah,
that's a very, very good point, because I mean,
that's
we
it,
can't
definitely.
keep
And then
also.
just the underlying part of it, or what will be fundamental again, is just the network aspect, bro. Because if you to link up with other guys or in other countries also who have, then you can really pull your resource. You're not really limited by demographic or people in your country, bro. That's the biggest problem we have. Is there's literally guys just like us somewhere else. Let's go talk there, see what funding scheme you can get, bro. Literally, you get a few millions or whatever. You see whatever you can do and test it out in a small laboratory, with one school, maybe one class. Let's give them access to computer. Let's see how, and then from there you work. But yeah, man.
Heard. Because I also feel these things will like, it's like planting seeds, man. Like all the investments that we're doing in sectors like this, don't be like, oh no, I'm investing in something that will leave me broke. Nah, these are things that governments will release those tenders, but all those tenders, they'll be like, oh, don't you want to come implement that in those other regions? Don't you want to come, like, all those things?
but gents, let's be honest. The moment you start talking about black people coming together or like African people coming together for the greater good of Africans and Africans only,
in those what? So you think you got talent, that you get those
bro,
three crosses, my bro.
at the same time, Chief, ask Gaddafi, ask Malcolm X. When you talk about black people coming together,
everything is fine until you mention those things.
That's why I feel like, you see, that's why again I say the onus is on us, because we are like sneaky motherfuckers, bro. We can kind of integrate with quote unquote the enemy and steal what the enemy has built and amassed throughout the years. We can strike deals with the enemy. Bruh.
Hard.
Yeah.
Because
in the sky going on, bruh.
Yeah, nah, these are ascending convos, but we need to level up the background to match the convos, you see. Like,
of course.
Nah, but like it's honestly like what Uno said, man. Like, we don't even need to get that deep and be like, yeah, we'll become an Illuminati. Nah, us, we can set up our project, all those things. Huh?
Yeah, just bro, business plans, bro. It all starts with a business plan. Write up a proposal. What is the idea? Now you have the idea in little, like, step by step. See what steps you can improve, and then from there, bro, Just link up all these brothers,
Because
African, these summits and youth, these youth things, man. Or you link up with guys that are like that, bro. There's a lot. There's actually a lot. Just tapping into that. That's it. And going forward, bro. If we don't want to fall behind in the age that is to come, like really, we really need to, bro, because everything's about to switch, bro. It's about to be the Matrix, man. Niggas are gonna be plugged in on.
People don't
internet,
realize
bro.
this Corona thing is just the beginning of the switch. Like if you get left behind, man,
Exactly.
like, I'm sorry to say it, but shit.
People are gonna be on the internet.
Like.
And gents, don't you feel like once shit opens up again, it's gonna be a bit weird because like people have had the time to like reflect and be in their thoughts, bro. You think like interactions are going to be the same? I mean, because now you're gonna be thinking like, fuck that guy shows fake love or that guy, now you go back into these settings to go be around these people.
Yeah. Yeah,
so the way we interact between ourselves will change, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I even think like it's weird, man. When me and my mom were taking a walk, or like, yo, it's kind of interesting how there's just more of a peaceful atmosphere almost. Like you don't hear of those. Yeah, you don't hear of too many tragic news things as much as you used to. Like it's not a norm anymore. Every day you're not expecting
people are keeping
to hear
in their houses, bro.
Yeah. Like you don't expect to hear this. So like people are being shown, okay, you have a choice. You can either continue this path, like you were saying, of reflection, insight, or you can do the dumb shit again. And
like if you come out of this the same person, then yes,
you really wasted that.
I don't know, you missed the point, though. You literally missed the point. Because I feel like after all of this,
Yo, but let me ask you guys a question, Carl. Do you think people are like overshooting this corona thing? Like, don't get me wrong, this is an actual pandemic and this is like tragic for the world, but considering what we've gone through, even like say now slavery is an example, like colonization, like all those things, man. Don't you think corona is like an overshoot compared to the old shit? Like
yeah, 100%, bro. I think it's the thing of there's an element of the unknown there, and whenever there's an element of unknown, there's always fear, bro. There's like so fear is the most powerful source, one of the most powerful sources. So I feel like that definitely is the effect of blowing things out of proportion, as we can say. Because bro, we weren't running around that. The whole world wasn't running around panicking when the mass atrocities happening in the world or fascist leaders were coming. I always like the idea of Haile Selassie at the UN, not UN, the League of Nations, where he goes to the League of Nations and he's like, guys, Italy wants to. I'm also a member of the same thing. Italy wants to invade me, but none of you guys are taking me seriously. And yeah. It's that same kind of thing, bro.
Big
there were mass atrocities before, but it was nothing that was unknown. Now it's just like an unknown factor. You don't know, where is it going? So yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, no.
And I feel like to add on that, I feel like what's compounding like all of the uncertainties that there's a lot of misinformation about.
Yeah.
Like there's hella misinformation. Some people in their hearts they believe this Shandy is not that deep. We can move on with life, Shandys.
Yeah.
It's almost like people are missing the point of like this lockdown shit. Like People can, bruh, like I had this convo with somebody, forgot who it was. We were just talking about the cases in now. Bro, we haven't had more than 500 people tested. So let's do some quick math. Assume that there are 2.5, no, let's say 2.7, 2.8 million people in Namibia. Bro, if there are only 16 cases out of 1,000, how many cases are there in 10,000? In 100,000, in 1 million? Like, we're not thinking of, because of going off of, it's only 16 cases because those are the only ones we know of. It's the ones we don't fucking know of. It's those asymptomatic carriers, those niggas who don't have like symptoms but are carrying the shani and game. Because I'm thinking of those things, bro. That's why you check the way some people, like I saw that video of niggas in what's that neighborhood? Ochomise, bro. Niggas are wilding in Ochomise, bro.
Oh, that
everyone is
exercise
exercising
group.
at the same time, Shandy. Bro, that's out of pocket, bro.
Yeah,
Look, and it's deep because me and my mom used to walk. So now I joined on that highway and go. Then when they extended the lockdown, I swear we found like an extra 300 people on that road. Usually there's not a lot of people. It was just a bunch of people. Now imagine a group of 20 people that are jogging together, they're stopping, they're stretching, whatnot. I'm just like,
Bro,
people don't really.
Niggas are flexing. Niggas just need an excuse to be out of the joint.
Yeah, bro.
Flexing hard, bro.
Nah.
Yeah, man.
No, but that's a very good point, bro. Like those, like
we all know, things like war. You know exactly where war goes because of history. So people always ignore things like war. It's there's been wars going on around the world for how long, bruh? But now that unknown factor.
And even in terms of war, we could be looking at like a new form of warfare, like on a greater scale, bro. Like this biological warfare, my nigga. Because
of course, bro.
Someone is benefiting from it. So let me not say someone, but it's a certain group of people benefiting
we all know.
Bruh, think about first thing, man. Think about how many like small businesses, just like informal businesses have been closed, and then when everything starts again, people have to go to the established business.
Of course, bro.
It's not even a thing of like
even
I can wait
in the sense of corporations, bro.
Yeah.
Even in the sense of corporations, man. In our case in Namibia, we look at the one sector that hasn't been affected too much: food shopping and food stores, right? And you look at who owns all the food stores in Namibia and where all that stuff comes from.
Like
at the end of the day, it's the corporation / and whatever the corporation symbolizes is benefiting, and everybody who's an underdog and who's at the bottom is not. So that really sucks, bro. I hate to see how people now, because we're indoors and whatnot, we're obviously consuming more food, bro. You're just at home, just eating a lot. All the money just leaving your economy, bro. Africa again. It's kind of like plantation vibes,
Yeah, no, deep. And it's a deep psychology also just being at home, right? Like some people can't stand it. Some people they can't work at home. So like you get, like you said, you get bored, you just want to eat, you just wanna like you want to kill time.
Get some dopamine from chewing some stuff, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Sometimes, it ain't like, it's not even that deep, You just want to be able to go manche kapana, bro. The simple things in life, bro.
Yeah,
You just want to drink some water,
Yeah,
you're not trying to do too much, bro.
I'm not trying to travel the whole world, though. Nah.
Bro, even in terms of like, just not being able to move, son. Like, sometimes you see a sunset or you see something that can like kind of inspire you in terms of making a track or something, or you have an idea for me. Bruh, like music videos, bruh. Just when niggas started getting cameras and getting serious about shooting videos, lockdown.
I swear niggas were here listening to how serious we're getting, man. Or like, cause I mean, we're on a roll, man. Like the ball was rolling down the hill, but then all of a sudden the hill just disappeared, and you're just like, what? Like, man.
No, this thing it's definitely the one thing I'll take out of the virus and that I was telling him Uno today is, bruh, if I was to die now, man, I don't think I'll be happy. Whenever on the scale, you take like a feather, and you check how's your heart, bruh, my heart will be so heavy, bro. Because I haven't, and yeah, just from after this thing, I like there's no talking about it or thinking, just do it. You never know what the next wave is gonna be. It's probably gonna be worse. That is the nature of such things. But yeah.
Yeah, nah, it has to get worse before it gets better anyways.
Breath of life, bro.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And that's actually a very important point. So, my fellow people, do not take this lightly. Follow your dreams. Do you achieve your goals?
Yeah, that thing that you've been putting off, that you want to learn how to do this. This is the time, bruh.
Yeah,
like that. This low key suits creatives, bruh. Like creatives all over the world probably have a field day.
Yeah, no wonder Top Dog has been dropping tracks, bruh. Like even
I haven't even seen those.
Guys are wiping, bruh.
You guys have been cooking up.
How are the top?
Sir, Zay's in another bag, Jen.
Our soul is back.
Oh,
I mean,
the K Dot also dropped.
K Dot hasn't dropped. Schoolboy hasn't dropped. J Rock hasn't dropped.
Yeah, but Sir dropped. Zay dropped.
They dropped. Sir dropped today. Yeah.
Oh, but that Zay track, man. That's a whole mood, man.
That is so hard, bro.
That's a whole mood. Whoa.
James. Do you know what that shandy sounds like, James? That shit sounds like this guy had a good night's sleep and he drank water in the morning. Like instead of hitting a serious backwood or something, or like popping a bean. It's, bruh, the guy sounds awake, bruh. It's ridiculous.
Like he's on his like.
He's on his bed, bro. Then see more or what?
Yeah, those type thing. Oh yeah, just a reminder, guys. We have 9 minutes left. I don't have Zoom Pro, so yeah, I don't have free lectures.
9 minutes left. Yeah, I can just close it off. What do you guys think about football? When is football coming back? Football needs to come back.
Just cancel this. Liverpool is
no.
Football League.
That's one to call up.
They won't cancel it.
Huh?
That's what I'm trying to call up, bro. They can't cancel the season. Give us a few games.
Exactly.
But are they going to continue the season?
Yeah, they will.
If they continue the season, what are the ramifications going to be for the next season? It might mean they'll have to start it later. Then the whole thing is going to change, bro.
Yeah, they are okay with that.
Yeah, no, they're okay with that. They just don't want to pay those. They don't want to pay the TV revenues. They don't want to own up. That's right.
Those guys owe Super Sport football. Those guys owe ITV football. They owe what's the French? Yeah, bruh. Niggas sign rights, bruh. Niggas pay the money in advance. You check, expecting the ball. Now you are saying, we can't release those other 10 games. What? You need to get promoted, bruh. Niggas in the second, especially niggas in the second division, they're like, bro, us were promised certain amounts of that, had we if we couldn't promote like Leeds, bruh. These guys are basically getting promoted.
And that Zach saves and makes teams, bro. Like,
But guys, this is basically what's been happening in Namibia the whole how many 2 years? We haven't had football, bro.
nah.
I mean, man,
But with us, it's that, bruh. With us, it's the sponsors.
Teams can't sustain anymore, bro. Can't play players. Like, which is actually hella sad, Carl. Like, think about how talented you must be to actually come to a point where, like, then there's no, all of a sudden there's no Zach. Like, it's hella unfortunate, Joe.
But the biggest problem in Namibia is, and it's kind of like, again, it's the idea of everything we're exposed to in terms of football, is from elsewhere. It's from the Western world. So you grow up thinking, I can also become a football star like that, which is a cool ambition, but there's so much more involved. So if you are to settle and do the same thing in your country, you can't physically support yourself. Although you've been putting in the work, it just doesn't pay off. So the only answer is we need to find out how to monetize our own market also, bro. TV rights, you're talking about the Black Africans and whatnot, signing TV rights, and that just takes a guy with a camera, bruh, to say, I'm going to go and record all of Black Africa's shinies and I'm going to put it on like a YouTube type thing, and then whoever wants to come in, sponsorship deals,
Yeah.
Gents, do you know how much Zach is involved in like
golfers, mad Zach. Golfers suck.
Yeah.
Now I'm talking about like recording a game of football, like those cameras that they use. That shit's expensive, gents.
Oh, those moving ones?
Expensive. Yeah. And
it is,
bro, it's fucking expensive. And on top of it all, you need a Kinjat sound engineer, boss, to control the sound.
Bro, it's like super sport, bro. We look at monopolies like super sport, or in the Western world. You know how many different super sports there are? There's so many super sports. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But here it's like we've kind of settled to let super sport just continue making. Bro, it's ridiculous. How is super sport gonna make money out of football in your own country? They can't, because it's not lucrative.
Yeah,
but if you come and you say, no, let's keep support base, just the whole thing. It's a whole market, bro. Once you have supporters who are actually support the club, you're giving them footage, you're giving them clips, you're giving them, they're tapped into the players. They know who the players are. They know what type of lives the players are. Now you have a fan base, bro. Now you can sell merchandise.
Bro.
Now you get, let's get one, print a name. Then you open a store, fan clubs. That's exactly how it starts. But I don't know. These guys who own the clubs also, they're not on that,
Yeah, that's what I was about to get to, James. Like privates, corporates, those guys put their Zach into cricket and rugby shandies, bro. They don't check soccer.
Yeah.
So like for soccer to even be on, there needs to be Zach, gents.
Yeah.
Those niggas all work jobs, bro. Like every Namibian Premier League player has a day job.
Wasn't our captain even an officer? Like our captain for Namibia when they were there playing in the Kosafa.
Oh yeah, that guy studied law at Wits, bro.
You see?
Oh sure, that guy sweated at Wits, bro.
But as soon as the business side starts coming right now, then people start pumping money into it. Because now you need to put up, training facilities, youth, whatever, all that stuff. And the standard just keeps on rising, bruh. Like it's building stuff from a ground level. That is what we struggle with. Let's just put it plain in Africa. We have our cities that we have today, partially, why do we only have one central district here, or CBD, or in Windhoek? Why haven't we thought of building another shandy there? You know what I'm saying? It's just stuff we've been given, kinda.
Because I'm actually positive, man, that if we had the right facilities to train players, we could have that player who makes that big money move, man. Like even that guy, 20
of course, bro.
10 mil.
You see, but Jen,
like
that type of stuff, man, will only happen if if the private puts in Zach, gents, the private sector is important.
Private sector, bro.
Important.
The country
Because
can't
they
actually
bridge
function
all those
without it.
gaps.
Yeah, nah.
Because do you reckon we have skills? We have enough people who are good at moving the camera equipment and shooting. If somebody to record a whole 90-minute game in decent quality, do we have the skill set in Namibia?
No, look, we do.
Yeah, nah.
Like they used to show like one game a weekend or some shit, like back in the day.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: it's the operating costs that are kingered for some reason. I don't know how, but it's the operating, like actually doing it more than once for like more than one game a weekend. Yeah. That's where it starts getting loud.
Yeah, nah.
I mean, if that's the problem, then you can just focus on games of a club, one particular club, bro. Building a fan base of a club. As soon as if you can get a blueprint for one club, let's say you have a little passion project of Black Africa, you get camera equipment, you get guys who can shoot all the games, you get a YouTube thing, not only YouTube, maybe a Black Africa page as well, where the footage is there, the game that is there, what. Later you can think about monetizing it, bro. But just getting the curiosity, it has to be championship material, preferably a team which is actually winning stuff, that has Black Africa has a dope fan base, they have a history and a lot of these other clubs, you get the fans, you get the content to the fans and clips and all that stuff, bro. All the stuff we see, bro. Photographers literally going to the place and taking a photo of the players. Oh, this is that guy. Oh, okay. All that stuff, bro.
Yeah,
If you
nah.
know the fan base of one club, the other guys have to fall in line, bro. At least. I hope so. But that's probably unlikely as well.
Yeah,
You
but
just have one
sorry,
team
guys.
that's doing. Oh,
Mission is about to end. Sorry to cut you off on that great point. We have to say our goodbyes, Just having your quick goodbye. This has been BlueTheDrewOne, Niggarachi, and our new guest and co-host. Drop your ad. Jetson.
Bro, I don't have to yet.
Yeah, Jetson. Yeah, we'll see you guys soon for the next episode. Thank you guys for tuning in.